If you're going to Hong Kong Disneyland for the first time, this video is for you. As you can see from our super popular Tokyo Disney Sea guide, we have experienced Disney parks in 4 different countries. And while on the surface, this park looks similar to any other Disneyland in the world, it has its own unique quirks that you need to know about. In fact, there is one crucial tip that will make your day super easy and relaxing.
I don't have to look no further, 'cause I've reached my destination.
First, how to get there. Like most Disney parks, Hong Kong Disneyland is approximately a 30-minute to 1-hour train ride from where most tourists stay. Luckily, the MTR, which is Hong Kong's famous railway network, makes the trip super easy. All the signs are clearly marked in English. First, you need to make your way to Sunny Bay Station, where you can then take the Disney Resort line directly to the park. The journey is about 6 minutes, which is just enough time to appreciate the wonderful theming of the train. 2 tips for your train travel. 1. Google Maps is very accurate, so use that to find the exact journey from your specific hotel. 2. Use an octopus card. If you want to know more about the octopus card and other general Hong Kong tips, check out our complete Hong Kong guide. How to buy tickets. There are 2 ways I would recommend buying tickets. 1. Purchasing directly from the Hong Kong Disneyland website. Or 2. From Klook. Not sponsored, by the way. The reason why I suggest both methods is sometimes either one could be cheaper, especially if there are any discount codes available for Klook. We paid 124 Australian dollars and 84 cents per ticket. Now, this is a very important tip. After you buy your ticket from Klook, you need to register which day you want to visit, even though the ticket you bought already has a date on it. It's a bit weird, but I believe it has something to do with crowd control. If there is only one thing you take away from this video, this is it. This is how you can finish all the rides in the park before lunch. You need to get an early park entry pass. If you've been to other Disney parks in the world, you know that Premier Access passes or Lightning Lane passes are needed to get on all the popular rides, unless you like waiting in line for 3 hours, of course. So if you're unfamiliar, Premier Access passes and Lightning Lane passes are paid per ride to skip the line. Now, the cool thing about Hong Kong Disneyland is that these passes still exist, but you don't need them. We got the early park entry pass, which let us into the park 1 hour before opening, and there were literally no lines on any of the rides. When I say literally, I do mean literally. The signs show 5-minute wait times, but it was basically 0 minutes. I suspect maybe 5 minutes is the lowest number they can show on the signs. And before you ask, yes, this strategy works for the world of Frozen. We didn't have to wait for the Frozen ride, and it was so empty, we didn't have to sit next to anyone. Anyway, the early park entry pass cost about 40 Australian dollars or 25 US dollars, and we bought it directly from the Hong Kong Disney website. Hong Kong Disneyland technically has 9 different themed areas. You'll find out why I said technically as we take a tour through each of the lanes. Main Street, USA. This is the first area you'll see once you enter the park. If you're familiar with other Disneylands, this is not going to be too different. In fact, it's almost identical to the one in California. But if you're not familiar, Main Street, USA has a retro small American town theme. There aren't really any rides in this area, but there are a lot of food and merch stores. My favorite part of this area is the Hong Kong Disneyland Railroad, which takes you on a relaxing tour of the whole park. And when we visited, they did have Chinese New Year decoration, which looked very impressive at night. The Castle. At the end of Main Street is the Castle of Magical Dreams. This castle opened in 2020, replacing the previous Sleeping Beauty Castle. The interesting thing about this castle is that it isn't dedicated to just one princess. What sets it apart from the other parks is the castle is a celebration of 14 different Disney princesses. Tomorrowland. If we head to the right, we enter Tomorrowland. As the name suggests, this area has a futuristic theme. The main attraction is Hyperspace Mountain, which is the iconic indoor roller coaster that can be found at other Disneylands, but this time it has been reskinned with a Star Wars theme. The other attraction is Orbitron, which is aimed at more younger children. Stark Expo. If we head a bit deeper into Tomorrowland, we find Stark Expo. Technically, this is a separate Marvel-themed area, but honestly, it feels like it's still part of Tomorrowland, as both areas are quite small. In fact, when we were there, I didn't even realize Stark Expo was supposed to be separate. The 2 attractions in this area are Iron Man experience and Ant-Man and the Wasp Nano Battle. The Iron Man experience is a 3D VR motion simulator ride. Personally, these kind of rides make me feel motion sick, but really that's a me problem. Ant-Man and the Wasp Nano Battle is upgraded and repurposed from the old Buzz Lightyear ride. This is both a shooting game and a moving dark ride. It kind of makes you competitive since you can compare scores at the end. Fantasyland. If we head back out and onto the next area, we enter Fantasyland. This area has a fairy tale / European theme. The attractions in this area are mostly aimed at younger kids, so to be honest, it's not really for us. But some of the highlights are Cinderella Carousel, It's a Small World, and the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh, the world of Frozen. As we keep making our way clockwise around the park, we enter the area you all have been waiting for. This is the world of Frozen, modeled after Arendelle. This is the newest and most popular area of the park. The main attraction in this area is Frozen Ever After, which is a relaxing boat ride with stunning visuals and hair-raising music. We obviously can't play the music because of copyright, but I have to say this is one of my favorite Disney rides. I usually prefer thrill rides, but this one makes me emotional and gives me goosebumps. I would recommend heading straight for this ride as soon as you enter the park, unless of course you love waiting in line. The second attraction is Wandering Oaken's Sliding Sleighs, which is a mild roller coaster. Toy Story Land. If we continue along the edge of the circle, we enter Toy Story Land. I don't think I need to explain what the theme is in this area, but some of the highlights are RC Racer, Slinky Dog Spin, and Toy Soldiers Parachute Drop. Mystic Point. The next area is Mystic Point, which is supernatural themed. The sole attraction of this area is Mystic Manor, which is the Hong Kong version of the beloved Haunted Mansion ride. But instead of having a scary haunted theme, Mystic Manor is more whimsical. The thing I found coolest about the ride is the trackless system, Grizzly Gulch. As we continue, we head into Grizzly Gulch. This area has a Wild West theme and has one big attraction, which is a roller coaster called Big Grizzly Mountain Runaway Mine Cars, Adventureland. And finally, we visit Adventureland, which has a jungle theme. The main ride in this area is the classic Jungle River Cruise, which unbeknownst to me at the time is a comedy boat ride. The other interesting part of this area is Tarzan's Treehouse, which you can only get via rafts. It is a walkthrough attraction where you can explore the various details created by Disney Imagineers. If you're interested in what it's actually like to spend a day at the park and our review, you can watch our Hong Kong Disneyland vlog here.